why do I have to use steel case? Because we have many very nice chairs.
Yes.
Hello, creative people. I am Mario, and today we're gonna talk about chairs with Joe here. So, talking about steel case, maybe the audience didn't know yet what is steel case. But can you describe what is steel case?
Steelcase, we are company this year is 111 is 111 years old company. We started in 1912. I think probably a lot of viewers would like to know why we call ourselves Steelcase, a steel box. So actually this is from our first product called Victor. It's a metal waste basket, because in 1912, at that time, a lot of furniture are made with wood inside the office. And there's a lot of paper, a lot of wood, and people are smoking in the office. Okay, that's why fire is just like one spark away. So, and then we decided to say, Steelcase decided to, hey, why we just make a metal like waste basket instead of a wood one, so we can prevent that from fire from burning. So really, it's that simple. So that's how the Steelcase started. That's how they named themselves Steelcase. And that, I guess, is after 111 plus years. Now we are one of the biggest office furniture supplier in the industry. And also we have over 4,000 patents. And then right now we have, we have been partnering with Videography for the past over 10 years already. So yeah, just a great Steelcase.
Okay, so is steel case considered an office furniture?
Yeah.
Or you can use it in your home for any other usage?
I think right now with today's work, today's way of people working, hybrid working, I would say, is, working from home and working from office and become a new norm now. Mobile workers, the idea of mobile work has started a long time ago. People not working in the office, right? But I think with the pandemic, what we've been going through the past 2 years, right now it's become a new norm now for companies that they will adapt certain level of working from home, right? So I guess right now the users become the choosers, and also right now it's people. I think most of the office workers, they will have a work from home setup at their own home. So I think right now it kind of from the corporate world and emerged to the day-to-day lives, people's residential, people's home now. So I guess right now, is for everybody now, not just for the office, but also for their home too. Yeah.
Okay. So when you're using the chairs, what does Steelcase has to offer? I mean, why do I have to use Steelcase? Because we have many very nice chairs. Right?
Yes. Agree. I mean, furniture, right? And chairs are chairs. So there's not much room for imagination. What you see is what you get. But I think for chairs, the most important thing is your own experiences. How the chair fits you, how is the chair adjustable, just adjustability, but also the look of the chair, right? It's also play a very nicely aesthetic. But I think for Steelcase, the one key thing that we've really focused on is on the human behavior. It's on the user, the person, right? I think even from the very beginning, when we start the waste basket, is how we find a issue at a workplace, then we find a new way of solving the problem. And this has always been this philosophy for Steelcase, is discover the issues and find that, bridge that with our solutions. So I think for Steelcase our design philosophy is human-centered. The user, the people comes first. So with this idea in mind, we design our product is human-centric. We design the product, what we call form follows function. We will never compromise the performances of our product with design. So that's why, I guess for some folks that they might think Steelcase design is a little bit conventional, a little bit traditional, but what we focus really on the performances of the product. Once we get the performance right, the quality, the performance, the ergonomic, everything right, then we think about the look. So I think that's the key difference between us and some other competitors. And then I think why the customer should choose Steelcase, I guess, just try the chair. Try the chair, the experiences. I think perhaps the user will be able to tell the differences. No hard selling here.
When you're talking about design, so now with the rising of artificial intelligence,
Yes.
does it help you with the current situation? I mean, to do your research and everything?
I guess, with the invention of ChatGPT, right? Everybody talking about the risk of AI, right? The displacement of workers at the workplace. 100% agree. This is a unavoidable trend is coming up. I think for us, like personally, how I work with AI is I like to use ChatGPT or anything for the research, just to give me the spark of an idea that I can use that to, I feel that's the way that I like to use AI to augment my research, to just increase my efficiency. So it's the start of something, but it's not gonna be the result of my work. So it just give me the spark of different ideas. Because conventionally, I guess people still spend all the time on Google, like doing their own research. But I think that really helped me to do research. But how I'm gonna use that research content, that's up to me. So my work is not gonna be determined by AI generated output. I think how that will impact the workplace is, I think, like it or not, some of the work will definitely be replaced by AI. Like it or not, I think it's important even for Steelcase, I think for other companies as well, is thinking about how to upskilling, how to retrain some of the workers, right? How we can adapt to the age of AI. I do believe, that in the age of AI, I think I read a book that's by Kevin Rose. It's called Work Harder. I think the name is Work Harder. It's the book's talking about in the AI age, how we need to be more human than machine. Because, the old way of saying, that person works like a machine. So efficient, so if I had no mistake. But I think those kind of work might be challenged, replaced by AI. Right now, I think we need to embrace the human side of us, just how we're gonna be human, be more human, to kind of, not be a tools that will just produce a result, but be the creator of something original.
Yeah, I tried AI too. I mean, I agree with you because it gives us the ideas.
Yeah.
But you will still notice that it's robot, right?
Yeah.
They generate ideas. But of course, we can use all the ideas to start something.
Yeah.
But, in terms of the chair industry, how do you use the AI?
I think right now, if we say in the furniture industry, how we use AI, I think perhaps I'm not a designer, so I can't really speak on behalf of designer. But if I'm gonna use that AI to help me, so for the furniture industry, definitely I like to use that for my research, on the market condition, on the latest trends, because that pretty much cover everything that's available on the web, right? I also, with this latest technology that we can convert text to image, text to 3D model, and text to video, with all that, I think that can be really helpful with product designers, with product engineers, right? How can they, keep putting the keyword and have a very quick, maybe a visual, a design, drawing for them to maybe use that to spark something new. Right. But I don't think we will use AI to do the whole design, but use AI to augment the process to make it more efficient. Because a lot of design for us start from research. Because for us, for Steelcase, we spend a lengthy amount of time to do the research because we need to find the right issue. Like people will ask, like, why we need to have a new chair, right? If there's something changed in the behavior of workers and employees that haven't addressed by existing product, if there's something that has not been addressed, that I think there is need for a new solution, right? That's why research play a key part for the Steelcase design process. I think, get back to the question on the AI, Lisa, I think use AI to help to do the research. I found that is very effective.
So what is the common issue for chairs, for the users?
Oh, well, let's put it this way. I think everybody knows seating in a prolonged hour is not good. That's why people have the term seating the new smoking. Right. Perhaps, you have heard that as well. So in general, I guess we shouldn't sit for too long hours. But if we do, we want to make sure the chair is as comfortable as possible. Everybody have a little bit different requirement, right? So that's why we should, I encourage everybody to try the chair before they buy. And I guess that the common thing is, how are we gonna stay active while sitting? How are we gonna stay active while sitting in a fixed chair? I think that's one of the key design insight for Steelcase, because we do believe the term called active sitting. We do believe that if people ask me, hey Joe, what's the best posture? Right? You're talking about, you see your arm straight, 90 degree, your leg is, have 2 inches, 1 inch from the seat cushion, all that, right? Keep your upright, keep your head down, keep your spine straight. All that is good. But I think the best posture is your next posture. If I'm sitting like this, very ergonomic position, but if I sit in this for 1 minute, it become a bad posture. So my posture is move. It's my next posture. It's not going to be ergonomic sound, but at least I'm moving. Because your body, your muscle is not going to be in the same position for too long, because it gets very uncomfortable. So I guess the most important thing while sitting, just be active. If you can have a table that allow you sit to stand, do that. I would encourage you need to get off your seat like every hour to 45 minutes to an hour. It doesn't matter how comfortable the chair is. You should be active. You should move around. I think that's what we believe. Some of chairs, we want to encourage people to move while sitting. It's not just to sit in a static position for long hours.
Okay, so when you say it's an active chair, that means your chair is this feature is moving, or this is one also moving, right?
Yeah, I think the back,
whatever thing that.
Yeah. So I think the product that we're sitting on is with a very high adjustability. And also for Steelcase, we believe the adjustment should be very simple and quick. Because you don't want the user to spend a lot of time to adjust. That's why for a lot of Steelcase products, the adjustment is very simple. It's on the right hand side, just 4 knots, 222. You can adjust the chair to different position within 10 seconds. Right? We want to make the chair as simple and easy to adjust. At the same time, we want to give the user choice, different posture, different position, but at the same time, we want to give them control as well. We want to control the movement as well, because we don't want, a chair with 20 different angles, because that doesn't make sense. We want to give user choice, but at the same time, we want to control the movement, because we want to make it very simple, very easy to adjust. The tools that we provide to the user should be simple and easy to adjust. It shouldn't require engineering to tell you how to operate your chair, right? So yeah, simple, easy to adjust, and also stay active in the while sitting. Be active. I think that's the most important part. I would like to recommend to all the users, just be active. Don't sit in a chair for too long, right? If you can stand is great, because there's a lot of research have done on the benefit of standing, working, right? I know, to some extreme cases, a long time ago, they also have the treadmill desk. You have a treadmill underneath, you walk, but that idea never got taken off. So, but I tried that. It's very disrupting when you're working. Also, they have the cycle share. You know, you sit on a bicycle, there's a table in front, so you are moving you are doing cycling while working. It doesn't work as well.
Does it even concentrate?
No, it's impossible. I tried both. It's impossible. That's why the idea become very niche kind of idea. It never really take off in a bigger scale.
What do you think is the biggest trend in the workplace right now?
I think right now, from our Steelcase internal research, like also want to mention that Steelcase, we spend a lot of effort, resources on research. Again, like I mentioned before, we do believe research play the most important part of having the right solution. So you have the wrong research, you're probably not going to lead to the right solution, right? So we spend all the time in research. From the Steelcase, our own research in Asia Pacific, in EMEA, in North America, what we find is hybrid working is the new norm of how people work now. Hybrid working have very different approach to different countries, to different regions, different cultures as well. Like for Asia, what we find that actually the percentage of hybrid working is much less than North America or Europe. I think for Asia, we value group, we value harmony, we value team. So in a way that kind of value culture and kind of translate how we work is we value being physically together in a space, right? But I guess for what we find is in the US, the percentage of hybrid working is much higher. I think for those maybe European US, the people, how they brought out is more value on freedom, individualism, right? And freedom to express. And I think that's also translated to their style of working as well. So you see right now, I think our research said that 70% of the American companies, they all have some degree of hybrid working, like 2 days office, 3 days at home, right? I think some of the big companies, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they also have the challenge of bringing people back to office because people kind of, get used to this lifestyle of working from home. So they kind of, resist the idea of, fully back to the office. But I guess for the Asia Pacific, we see that percentage of working from home is much less. The days are shorter, lesser. So I think this is the biggest trend that we have right now. I think that's a biggest, disruptor to today how we work. Think about pandemic. 3 years ago, pretty much everybody work from office. It's the most acceptable way of working, right? But over the 3 years, we have so many things that happened. We have a complete lockdown. People move everybody from the office to home. That when the pandemic getting less serious, we have bring every people back to the office, see how it works. And now we try to bring people, fully back to the office or have some new way of HR policy to adapt on the hybrid working. So this kind of disruptions has never happened in the past 40 years. Maybe during the wartime, right? It's a different story, but we have gone through a lot. I think right now, hybrid work is here to stay. That's why a lot of companies and designers, they are looking at what's beyond hybrid work, what's the best way for company to operate. And also that will impact on your strategy for technology, your strategy for your real estate, your strategy for your headcount as well, right? For your hiring, if I can have somebody work not in the office can still do the job down, that means I don't even need that person in Indonesia. I can have somebody in Mexico, somebody in Africa do the job because I don't need that person back to the office, right? So I think this is the biggest trend is hybrid work. And the second thing is I guess we talked about this uprise of AI. I think that will become another big disruptor to the corporate world, to the company as well. I think right now we are at this very tipping point, this fine moment. You have played Russian roulette, right? With that little little block, you come down. When you play that game, if you make one mistake, you kind of know the game is about to end, right? I think we're at that point now. If we make one mistake, it's probably the impact can be pretty catastrophic. So I think it's and also right now with all the geopolitical challenges, right? With the looming recession, with the war, with the recovery, all that. I think for me, I'm very glad. I mean, this such a a time that so many changes that happen, so many uncertainties, but I think that brings opportunities as well. I think the your question is, biggest trend we see is hybrid working, and also the uprise of AI.
So what are your tips for the viewers about the current trend right now?
Current trend, I think everyone's looking for the right way to work, for the AI, for the hybrid working. My suggestion is really try. Don't decide on something before you give a try. Have a space in your office or have something, just try it. Try different settings, see which way will work. Also bring the users, employees into the decision making as well. I think that would, because when they feel they are part of decision making, they are more engaged, more attached. I think that brings a better culture to the company as well. I would suggest just do piloting, try something new. I think with the working from home, with that also, something that, with the Gen Z is coming to the workplace now, the whole dynamic is very different now. So that's why I'm saying don't make decision too quick before you do some trial. Because you start small, you fail quick, that, you can try something new again, right? That's for the space. I think for the people like me, of individuals who are concerned about AI, I think just upskilling, retraining, right? Because again, in the AI age, the human character become a valuable asset now, rather than you can just do a 10 spreadsheets in like 2 hours. That will be replaced by AI very soon. So I guess for the company, just start trying, start doing piloting, try something new. If you find that doesn't work, try it before you make any long-term decisions. And then for the users, I think retraining, upskilling, right? So I think that perhaps will help you to mitigate some of the risk.
Yeah. All right. So back to talking about the steel case chair, and I'm feeling very comfortable with the chair.
Thank you.
I mean, what do you think this chair is for? Who's the right person to use this kind of chair?
Well, I gotta say, the price is there. So we definitely not the most, I would say, cost-effective product. And we spend a lot of time in the research. We spend a lot of time in the materiality, in the environment, sustainability. So I think the chair is for everybody who wants to have one of the best ergonomic experiences while sitting. I would recommend this for anybody. And then I think, especially people who are gonna sit in the long hours, I think having a proper ergonomic chair is a good investment to have. Don't look at that as spending, because our chair is like 12 years warranty. So I think look at that as an investment for your work, for your health. And that, if you are somebody gonna spend long hours at a chair because the nature of your job, your work, I would recommend to, I'm not saying buy a steel case, but just investing in an ergonomic chair. Yeah, investing in an ergonomic chair. I think that's advice. Yeah.
So if I want to get this very awesome and comfortable chair,
Thank you.
how do I get it?
So I'm in Indonesia. I mean today, and that I think in Indonesia, I think a lot of people know the company called Videography. So it has been our partner for almost a decade now. So just come to visit the Videography showroom, come to try the chair next to us. Then they also have retail store in different malls in Jakarta city. So I would recommend just to give a try. Go to Videography showroom, have a try, and then before you make a purchase.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay then, Joe. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Explaining about chairs and explaining about the trends, the AI, and hopefully to talk to you again in the
Session 2?
session 2, right?
No problem.
We'll talk about something else.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm Mario Bo, and see you in the next video.